Hey guys, and welcome back to another pickups video. This is my video for December and a smidge into January, because some of the stuff I'm going to show I ordered or purchased within the first couple of days of this month, but I don't want to sit on them for a month and wait until February to show them. So whatever I get for the rest of January will be covered in the next video. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in. I'm going to show the first thing here, which is a book. This was actually a Christmas present from my daughter. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is the, it says special edition movie novelization. It is the, I saw it on here somewhere. Can't remember how this is described. It's basically like the young reader's version of it. I'm sure it was just something, because we went and saw that movie in theater whenever it came out, summer before last or something like that. And we both enjoyed it. She loves the Ninja Turtles. I was glad that I kind of passed that on to her, a love of the Ninja Turtles franchise. So she got this for me for Christmas. It's cool. Like I said, it's going to be a little below my reading level, but it'll be something that she can look at and I can check out as well. So I want to start off with that. And I'm going to show movies, which is the majority of what I bought this last month. And I'm going to show one that I'm kind of a little ashamed that I even picked it up, but I only paid $4 for it, so I decided to take the plunge and pick up Titanic. I have a hate affair with this movie. You know, I've seen it once, I believe, and as far as a movie goes, it was okay, whatever, but it always just blew my mind how well this did in theaters when it came out and why it was the #1 movie until Avatar came along. Thank goodness neither one of those two movies are atop that U.S. box office anymore. Force Awakens. But anyway, like I said, for $4, whatever. It's just kind of like one of them stupid movies that I guess if you're a guy like me, you feel like you have to have it even if you just despise it. Alright, so next up is a little movie called Dragonbyte. I had not heard anything about this movie before it came out. And then we got it at Walmart, and I was intrigued, mainly because it's Jackie Chan, it's John Cusack, it's Adrian Brody. It's like, what? What an interesting cast. I love Jackie Chan, and those other two are really awesome as well. So I had to jump on that. Okay, I got a couple of movies here that were basically purchases because they were relatively cheap, and I just decided I would grab them. First one is The November Man, starring Pierce Brosnan. I mean, other than the fact that it's got Olga Kurylenko in it, and I'm kind of partial to her, it's really just sort of I guess like a spy movie / espionage, whatever, starring the first Bond who I ever really grew attached to. And it was like $8, so I just did it. This movie here was like $4, and it was actually returned to my store twice. It was a Black Friday movie sale item, that's why it was so cheap. I have not seen the first movie, but this is Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters. I figure eventually I can find the first movie on Blu-ray for cheap and make the collection. Hopefully they're good movies. If not, then whatever. I only spent a couple dollars on it. The first time I hesitated buying this because I wanted to look and see if there was any chance that the series was going to continue. I know there's more than just 2 books. And the director of these movies, Thor Freudenthal, that's an interesting name, or somebody else who's involved with it, basically said there won't be a 3rd movie anytime soon. So I'm guessing it probably won't ever happen. But like I said, hopefully they're good, but for a couple of dollars, sometimes I just don't care. Alright, I finally was able to pick up Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, so that leaves only the second part to the Mockingjay story for me to pick up. I'm sad to say I've only seen the very first movie, but I did read all the books and I did enjoy them, so I'll sit down and watch the rest of those at some point. Here was one that was way too long coming for me to finally pick it up, but I at least did get a good deal out of it. It was like $10 and I got some voodoo credit out of it. And that's John Wick. I did do a video about this when I rented it originally, so check that out if you're so inclined. This was a really, really good movie, and I'm kind of excited that they're doing a sequel for it. Here's another movie that I passed over many times at my store that I work at. It was relatively cheap, around the $8 mark, and I've even read, and I know what happens in this movie at the end of it. But this is Savages. I know it's kind of covered up by that sticker there, but it's Savages, you know, with John Travolta, Benicio del Toro, Blake Lively, and Salma Hayek, and Aaron Johnson, and the other guy, Taylor. Is that who it is? Yeah, Taylor Kitsch. Anyway, I always thought it looked interesting. It was cheap, and I finally just grabbed it. Alright, the next movie I have up here is another one kind of like Dragonbyte. I didn't know anything about it before it came out. When it hit the store shelves, I was like, hey, it's Keanu Reeves. I like Keanu Reeves, John Wick, Matrix. So I just looked at it and thought, yeah, interesting enough. It was relatively cheap. It's an Eli Roth movie. I kind of like him because of his relation with Quentin Tarantino. He was in Inglourious Basterds, and he's made a bunch of movies. Hopefully it's a good movie, but I whenever I take a chance, just, you know, whatever happens, happens. This was a $5 purchase of a movie that I watched a few years back that I really enjoyed. It was Source Code. It was a Blu-ray. It came with Vudu credit. I just couldn't pass it up, so finally got that one in my collection. This is something that I actually got just today. I've been wanting to get this again and watch it again and do like a video on it. But this is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, a movie that when I first saw it, I went through a whole range of emotions of weird and interesting, and really enjoyed it. And now I want to watch it again to just kind of verify what I thought about it initially. And then my last Blu-ray purchase here is Owen, Heart of Gold. This is the WWE treatment of the Owen Hart story with interviews and sort of the documentary thing and a bunch of matches. And I've already watched the main documentary part of it, really enjoyed it. Owen Hart, gone too soon, although it's amazing to me that it's been 16, going on almost 17 years since he died. Alright, and the last couple things I have are video games. First off, for the PS3, this is Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix. I don't know why such a long title for this, but this is Kingdom Hearts 2, the final mix, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep final mix, and the remastered cinematics for Kingdom Hearts Recoded. These packages for Kingdom Hearts, the HD remixes, are really weird. But this one was at my store. It was $15, and it wasn't a greatest hits copy. It was the last one that wasn't a greatest hits copy, so I finally just grabbed it. I still need to get the first one on the HD remixes. And then to finish this all up, do not adjust your screens. You are seeing double. This is both 360 and PS3 versions of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I'll tell the story on this before I wrap this video up. I think it was this version that I saw on Walmart.com. It was like $7, and it has this exclusive soundtrack that you can only get through the versions that you buy at Walmart. And I thought, you know, what the heck, I probably won't ever play the game. I'm not really super interested in playing it, especially it's on the PS3, and my PS3 doesn't work right now. But for $7, I love finding these cheap, like $10 and under games on Walmart.com. So I made the order along with The Curious Case of Benjamin Button that day, and then I went on with my life for 7 or 8 hours, and sometime later on that day I thought, why didn't I look at the 360 version? Because if I was going to play the game, this is the version that I would play. It was $5 on Walmart.com, so I snagged that one up as well. I think I spent something like $22 that day to get 2 games and 1 movie. So there's my pro tip for the day, and I think I've mentioned this a million times before. A lot of people go on eBay, a lot of people search up Amazon. I do some of that stuff too, but Walmart.com can sometimes be a really good source of cheap games from like the last generation or so. And eventually I imagine there'll be a good source for even like PS4, Wii U, and Xbox One games. But anyway, that's my pro tip. That's my pickups for December and just a tiny bit of January. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.